same boat as you. I love all of the costumes. I actually stole all of the costumes and nearly wore one here to DragonCon, and then realised that last night I was like, oh no, this is something that I wore in the show. People are going to think I'm cosplaying myself. That might be awkward. Yeah, I absolutely love it. One of my favourite parts of playing Waverly is that I get to go and wear the best costumes. No offense, guys. And we have a really fun session where our amazing wardrobe woman Jennifer, she is incredible. She sources the most amazing outfits, puts together things that you never would have done, and it looks amazing. So it's all down to her really, and I just get to be a Barbie doll and just play.
Do you keep your pink boots, the velvet ones?
Do you think I can walk in those, Kat? Like, I literally can. I was like, okay, every time it will be, if you remember, I had a pair of Uggs next to me the entire time.
Every girl, when we shot the hockey game, every girl, there was a whole bunch of background performers, and they were all like teenagers. Every girl came up to me and said, I love your boots, how'd you get your boots?
Thank you.
All right, back up here.
Hi, this question is for Emily Andrus, and I want to know, were you aware of the unkillable gay trope when you started working on this? And do you have that in mind when you're writing? Because from all the queer fans, thank you.
You're welcome.
I did not think the unkillable gay thing was the trope. I thought the trope was the other thing. No, I was very aware of barrier gays because of my work on Lost Girl. I was very lucky, I feel like, that I was aware of that trope. And we certainly have a lot of fun and adventure playing with those kind of expectations on this show. I think I just like to defy expectations in general, to be honest. I think with all my characters about who's going to survive and who's going to be a hero and who has resources we maybe don't expect. So I think some of hopefully subverting what I hope are some cliches in writing come from that desire to just say, fuck it, and try something else. So thank you so much for watching, and I'm glad you like it.
Hey guys. First of all, big fan, everything you do with your faces, great stuff. My question is for Emily, who, by the way, I did bring that Spice World DVD for you to sign.
Oh my god, amazing.
There's been a lot going on from season 1 to season 2 with time travel and 9 months that pass when everyone's asleep and then it unpasses. So my question is, from the season premiere of season 1 to the end of season 2, how much time has passed?
Dude, this smells like math. I was told there would be no math, I'd read my contract, I'm a writer. The perfect amount of time that you think has passed. You're so smart, and I've always said this about you, that all your instincts are right, and God bless the Spice Girls. I cannot wait to sign that DVD. I know someone who can sing the entirety of the Spice Girls catalog, so... One thing that's kind of funny about the show, I will tell you, is we film in winter, so I feel like we kind of have to keep a perpetual winter in purgatory. So that's going to be a really fun challenge in season 3. I look forward very much to figuring out how that works. Yeah, I think 1 and 2 happen right together. I didn't answer the question. Go. Spice World. Woo! Thank you. Thanks for bringing it.
Hi, my question's for Emily. It seems to me that your job is super difficult. You've got all these people next to you that are like a family, it seems like, and you really
But they're
enjoy
so
working
hard to
with
look
them.
at, but yes. Yes.
You've got that on one hand, and then you've got the fan pressure for certain storylines on another. How do you balance those two things and tell the story that you're supposed to tell rather than one you feel like you have to?
Right, that's a great question. And everyone else is going to answer it as well. I don't know if you guys know this about me. I'm fairly active on social media when I'm supposed to be doing other things. Even Tim Rozon was like, do you think you maybe need to stop tweeting? And I was like, I don't, actually. Oh, thanks. I know it's always so weird when you like meet real life people and you said a lot of stuff on Twitter at 4 a.m. and you're like, hey everybody. I love the fandom, obviously, and we've said this so many times, but I think this show has been built on the fandom, really. I've never had a show that was built on you guys, so thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. And now, more than ever, that really counts. I'm certainly aware of like feelings in the fandom about what things they like and they don't. The truth is, and this is a controversial thing to say, social media is still a small part of the fandom. Like, if we have 50,000 Wynonna Earp fans, we have an audience of 1 million. So I think like people on social media don't represent the entire fandom, but certainly a huge part of it. I'm aware of like likes and dislikes in general, but I've said this so many times. Like now that we're going into writing season 3, I won't be on social media as much, she said famously. And except when I have a deadline and then I'll be on constantly. But I've always said like, I can drive the bus and you can get on the bus, you can be drunk on the bus, you can be laughing at the cheerleading on the bus, and you can be yelling at me when I'm driving, but you can't grab the wheel of the bus. You can get off the bus, but if we all try to drive the bus, we're gonna crash. So I'm gonna try to tell you a satisfying story, but probably not in the way you expect. Is that enough? Okay. Now I wanna hear how the rest of the cast deals with social media. Go. Do you guys find it hard with the pressure on social media? You're like, what are you doing? Yeah,
I've definitely felt like when you know, I mean, this happened this year a little bit, we've talked about this, where you know that fans aren't going to like certain storylines or certain aspects of things, and what's hard is, and this is so good with the Earper fan base, and it hasn't happened very much, but it does happen when you have someone personally attacking your personal life choices.
Oh yeah, I hate
and
that.
the fact that I'm not really Nicole, secrets out. I think sometimes it's hard because you want people to be super invested, and you like that's a huge part of our fan base is how invested people are. But at the same time, it's so much of it is not our decision, and so that's hard sometimes when you know things will upset people and you have to just kind of play it out. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I concur.
Does everyone concur? Cool.
Nailed it.
One shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. So we'll come back.
Hi, this is actually for Dom and Kat. On the secrets thing, you know, Nicole's made the promise, you know, no more secrets, and Dom, what's going to happen when Waverly finds out that Nicole has been lying again, and how is Kat Nicole going to deal with it?
I feel like it's gonna be hard for Waverly because her sister's been lying about her mom, and then you're in a cult. Is this what we're talking about? Am I getting Did I just totally start on a different conversation?
I feel like those guys at the end of the table have secrets too that they don't even know about yet, that are gonna be really good and delicious. Yeah.
Is that?
Yes.
Okay, good. Sorry, I just suddenly had like a freak
I mean,
out.
but who knows? And we don't know that Nicole's in a cult at all. Like,
Yeah,
that
we
could
know.
totally not be the case.
We don't even know that it's a secret. We don't even know that Waverly doesn't already know.
Ooh, fun.
I bought us some time.
Maybe we're both in the cult and we go there on weekends just for like.
Just to get away.
Sexy lesbian cult. So.
Yeah, it's so hard to say. The thing that Emily does so well is surprise us all. Like, just when you think you've worked it out, I'm sure it's the same for you guys. It's like, I got this, and then no, not even slightly. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing
And
what
just
happens.
really, we trust Emily a lot. I mean, we really do, and I know we've talked about this before, but I don't ever worry about Nicole. Like, I know whatever shows up on the page is going to be the right decision. Yeah.
Excellent.
You guys all heard that for season 3, right? So whatever happens, I'll take a legally binding contract. Thank you, Kat.
All right, we'll go on to the next question.
Thank you.
Hi guys, comment before a question. My comment is, I think I was fairly recent Earper of probably like April, May, and I just wanted to thank you guys because I think it was amazing. I don't think I've ever seen a show where the cast is amazing and as well as the fandom being amazing. Like the fandom is incredible, opening, and so are you guys as well. My question is, it's a little bit unrelated to Wynonna Earp, but Kat, you kind of answered this for me a little bit earlier, but my question is, what's kind of one piece of life advice that you would give to everybody, given that you all have had your own individual journeys?
I was really trying to work out whether you're from England, so I was like, is she or is she? Are you from England?
Yeah, London.
Oh, hi. We should just go for coffee and chat because I miss it so much. Cool. Yeah, advice. I think that's what you were asking.
A piece of life advice from everybody. A piece of life advice.
My God, pressure's on. You know, I think that taking risks is really important. I think that we were just back there, Kat and I, and just were like, oh my God, how has this become our life? Like, this is incredible. It's so cool. And I've said it before, but like, I feel like Emily took a risk on bringing the little British girl over to play Waverley, and that was a bit of a crazy decision. Too late now. And so, yeah, that just started me off on a kind of the thought of like, oh, if you take risks, like generally speaking, they pay off. And when I came to Canada, like just putting myself out there, had to meet new people. So even just like walking up to people in random places and being like, you look really cool, can I be your friend? And like some of them say no, but that's okay because some of them say yes. And that was like, I don't know, I've learned a lot about growing up and how important it is to just put yourself out there because more often than not you get like an amazing response. So, I don't know, was that kind of okay?
Yes,
Maybe?
Shamir, what's your life
Also eat the
advice?
greens.
What's your life advice? Come on, boys.
I would say, you know, people always sometimes look for the pot of gold at the end of a rainbow, but you should remember that you're looking at a rainbow. Just to be present in the good times. Like, I'm super aware that this is an awesome time in my life, but there's something about being aware of that fact, because sometimes you could be going through the good parts of life and just take it for granted, and then when you hit the lows, you're just like, well, everything's against me, and you think that sometimes life is so bad and unmanageable, but that's because you didn't really pay attention when things were great also. So I'm super aware how awesome all of this is.
I guess mine would be just kind of accepting your flaws, you know, and being different, you know, because especially in these politically charged times, there's a lot of people that are being deemed, you know, not right or, you know, not the norm. So I tell everybody here to embrace all your flaws, your differences, your quirks, you know, all the other weird things that, you know, quirks, excuse me, you know, all the little things that you may think is odd or weird, or if you look different, have the same skin color as somebody, you know, if you're gay, lesbian, LGBT, whatever you want, you know, it's just whatever you think is best, just keep going for it, that's it. That's my opinion. Don't be like the rest.
I think I told you to travel. That's one of my regrets. I know that's not like as deep, but I agree with everything everyone said, but I really feel like traveling can kind of change your perspective on life and really shake things up, and that's one of my regrets is I didn't travel, and it does get a little harder as you get more embedded with life and responsibilities, and I think that, and it doesn't have to be somewhere far or super exotic, but I think just getting yourself outside of your comfort zone, even if that's what traveling means. I think it's because there's so many pieces of yourself that you don't even know exist unless you're forced into some situation where you're maybe not comfortable, you're not familiar with it. So I think it's super valuable.
Mine is a little bit more philosophical than theirs. Don't bother shaving your legs with shaving cream, just use hair conditioner. If it's good enough, guys, like I'm telling you, it's so much smoother. That's like, I have a friend who's a stripper, it's the best thing I ever learned in my whole life. So just throw it out, it's a scam. So that's the most important life tip I can give you, especially dudes and women, it's fine, I'm just saying. We've learned a lot today. We've learned how babies are made.
We'll go down.
Hi everyone, Tim, I love your shirt, thank you for wearing it. I think everyone in this room would agree that the Earper fandom is unlike anything anywhere else, and I was just wondering what your families think about it, and do they get it? Like, is it something that anyone can wrap their heads around?
That's a great question.
Guys, my mother is here, not in the room right now, but she'll be here tomorrow in cosplay. And I don't think she gets it until tomorrow. No, it's pretty amazing. It's hard to explain to families, I think, until they see it, which is why it was really important for me that she came, to just witness the energy and the love, and I think it's a very, as Tim said, it's a really special time in our lives, and I wanted them to kind of get that on a deeper level of how lucky and how blessed I've been. So look out for Hot Mama.
My mum and dad both watch the show and are very, very proud of me. Though my mum is French-Canadian and she doesn't understand the American accent because she learned English in England, so she understands British accents, but she doesn't understand American accents. So I'm pretty sure she maybe gets like 5% of it, but she really loves it, so that's pretty cool. And my dad is just so proud of the feminist aspect of the show and the difference that, that Emily wrote it, but also my part in the Way Hot relationship and representing the LGBT community. So that's really awesome, and I'm, it's nice to have Daddy proud of that. It's cool.
My grandmother is very upset with most of the things Doc does. So, Grandma always called me, why did Doc not be there? And I said, listen, Grandma, I try. It's not up to me.
My family, they're all immigrants from Jamaica, so the fact of me being on TV is a whole thing to wrap their head around, that's one. And two, all my cousins and uncles were full of family of guys, and they all love Wynonna. And I remember when my cousins met Melanie, man, they text me all the time. They think she's so hot. All my Jamaican uncles. That's it.
Oh, my mom is like 4'11" and loves it. She'll like break down the variety ratings and everything. She's totally into it. She loves it. She loves the boys. When she met Shamira and Tim on set, she just about died. And my dad loves it too. My in-laws are funny. Like they're very blue collar. My partner is a writer as well, but they still don't totally know what I do, and it's gotten so it's too weird now to ask. They're like, do you fix TVs? Like, don't the actors make up their own lines? And like, sometimes they say like, it's not too late to just be a kindergarten teacher. You're really good with kids. And I'm like, well, that'd be fun too. So, but everyone's really supportive. So, thanks. Great question.
Excellent.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll move over here.
Hi guys, love the show. Emily, you were saying earlier that some of your cast members might have some extra hidden depths.
They all do.
Well, might Calamity Jane be a shapeshifter?
I know. Tim was the only one at the table who worked with the actual cat, but that cat was good. That cat was like the Meryl Streep of cats. As soon as my favorite thing is like, TV's so hard and it's so grueling, but sometimes you have a day where you're like, it's the day we're casting Nicole Hott's cat. It's the hottest day, and like you meet someone whose whole job is to be like a cat wrangler for TV, and you're like, how did you get that job? It's so crazy, and she takes it very seriously, and sure, maybe. I feel like anyone on the show could be a shapeshifter if we
Get enough seasons.
Go, thank you.
So Tim, you touched a little bit on this earlier, that Doc is going to have to deal with his mortality.